Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel, and today I am bringing y'all that video that I told y'all I would bring y'all, which is the first shots of the staccato. I said staccato, not staccato, the Kimber CDS9. So you've already seen this on the channel. I did a full review on it, all the specs. If you want to check that out, make sure you go look at that video, and I'll also link it down in the description as well as at the end of this video. But today it's all about shots. We're taking all the shots I've got. I limited myself to 100 rounds today because, for one, I can't be out here all day. So we are going with our 10 round mag with a +3 base plate, and then we also have our 15 round mag that we're going to test out today. Now remember, if you didn't watch the video before, that this is the Kimber CDS9 Classic. So it's a classic model, doesn't have optics plate, it's not optics ready, doesn't have a rail cover or anything like that. So we're just going to go with irons today. I mean, we kind of don't have any other choice but to go with irons. And you know what? It's a little bit cold in here. And I opted to come inside today because I don't know about in y'all's area, but the temperatures are dropping in my area. And what summer don't rarely ever do is shoot in the cold, because shooting in the cold is brutal. That's why I don't see how people who play outside sports during the wintertime, how they play in the wintertime. I couldn't do it. If I can't feel my fingers and my toes, you're not about to get me to play no sport in the cold. So that's neither here nor there. Make sure y'all, I'm gonna go ahead and tell y'all while I'm loading up still, make sure y'all go and check out the merch, because it's getting cold outside. Got the hoodies, well, this is a sweatshirt, but we also have hoodies and t-shirts and long sleeve shirts. So for those of y'all who need some merch to wear out at the range, make sure y'all go check out the merch. I'll leave it right here. Make sure y'all go check that out. All right, let's start with the 10 round mag. Now remember, I told y'all this thing is little, but as I put my 10 round mag on there, I can grip it really good. Ooh, and the slide is really nice. All right, okay, so I gotta remember how heavy this trigger was, because it is a concealed carry option, so the trigger is going to be a little bit heavy. All right, safety is off, feeling good. Ooh, pull that one left. Okay, my slide locked back, but there's still a round right there. I ain't never had that happen. Ooh, that was hard to put down. Okay, that was weird. The slide locked back, but there was still a round in the magazine. What y'all call that? I never had that happen before. Y'all let me know down in the comment section what that means. Groupings are pretty decent. Let me turn the camera around so y'all can see what this is looking like. All right, so that's what we're looking like with our groupings. We are shooting left. Now, it is pretty cold in here, and I don't know. I don't have a good grip, I'll tell you that. Okay. Whew, my fingers are freezing. Okay, I shot that at 5 yards. Again, I was shooting left, and I could tell basically, like, after shooting those 13 rounds, the gun was slipping from my hands. Now, I don't know if that has to do with it being cold, but what I am gonna do is put some chalk on my hands to see if that helps. But if we talk about the shoot, the first 13 shots, how did it shoot? Right out the gate, it was snappy to me. It felt very snappy. Now, I'm gonna make some adjustments in a minute and see if that helps, but I did feel like it was like a little bit jumpy, and I don't know if you could tell that in the camera, but it did feel like it was like slipping. And even with my support hand on the side here, every time I would shoot, I felt like it was, my thumb was just going like this. And granted, there's no texturing there, which that probably could help. If there was a little bit of texturing, a stippling right there, it could probably keep my hand or my thumb right where it is, because that's where my thumb is riding. So I felt like maybe if I had a little bit of stippling there, my thumb wouldn't slip as much as it was. But I think it was a great shoot. I like the trigger. The trigger is very crispy. It's defined. It's there. Like, you ain't gotta guess. When you pulling it, you don't have to guess where the travel is or where the break is. It's literally right there. So let me show y'all what I'm talking about. So there's some room and a little bit more, and then pull the trigger, and then the reset is that, yeah. So trigger felt nice. So let me put some chalk on my hands to see if that will help with the grip a little bit. All right, we got the chalk on. This is the chalk I normally use when I shoot competition. So we'll see if this helps out any. Going with the 15 rounds, all right? That's what the 15 round magazine looks like inserted. Make sure I put it all the way in. That's what we're looking like. And as you can see, the chalk is already getting on the gun, but who cares? Guns are supposed to get dirty. All right, here we go. Let's go on the other side. Drop that one low. There's a hiccup. All right, so failure to feed. All right, and that was the last round actually. So 2 malfunctions. Well, I don't even know if that first one was a malfunction, but 2 situations where a round was left, the last round was left in the magazine. Ooh. Okay, I just tried to rack that one in and it didn't go. I am shooting, by the way, I am shooting MagTech 115 grain. So I bought the ammo from here and this is all they gave me, so didn't really have much to choose from. Huh. Okay, so I'm trying to rack that round in. That's for the second time it will not drop. So let's see if we lock the slide back. Put the magazine in and then drop the slide. Huh. Same thing. So maybe it's the round. All right, let's not even worry about this one anymore. Let's load up some more and see. Actually, let me just put 1 round in the 15 round mag and see if the same thing happens. Same thing is happening. Okay, so with 1 round in the magazine, the slide doesn't want to feed it. What does that mean? Okay, so 1 round, let's see if that is the same in the 13 round mag. 13 round mag, let's see if the slide will drop. Okay, so it drops. Let's see if we can take the shot. Okay, good. Slide locked back. Now let's try it again with the 15 round magazine. Oh look, it adjusts up and down. Wonder what's that for. Oh, maybe if you don't want to have this piece on, see how it would look. Well, it doesn't look all that great. So if you take it off, that's what it would look like. I like it on. I like it better on. Oh boy. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so this is 1 round in the 15 rounder. Let's see if it will. Nope. So I don't know. I don't know if that's a magazine issue. As we just saw, the 13 rounder sat it peacefully, beautifully. Here's the 13 rounder again. Cycles beautifully. So I don't know. Let's take 1 more shot. That trigger's nice. I have to say that, the trigger is nice. Let's load up some more. By the way, before we shoot these next 2 mags, the chalk on my hands definitely did help. It still is kind of snappy, and I do feel like, I don't know, probably because it's cold, that it is biting me a little bit in the beaver tail area, but I am able to hold on to it with the chalk. All right, I don't know if I told y'all this, but I've been shooting at 5 yards. All that time was 5 yards. So let's move it out to 7. All right, and again, we're only shooting with iron sights. Let me give y'all a close up. All right, here we go. Okay, slide lock back that time. Why is my camera looking like that? Y'all sideways? Okay, I don't know, my camera looks tilted, so if the video looks tilted, it's the camera fault, not mine. All right, that time I'm still kind of shooting left, and everything is right there together. I'll show y'all the target after we finish this 15 round. Okay, 15 round, full mag, the slide went forward first time. All right, here we go. Another failure to feed, and guess what? It's on that last round. So I wonder if it had something to do with the mag. I was going to say the ammo, but it's a failure to feed, and it runs great with the 13 rounder, but as soon as we put the 15 rounder in there, it does not want to feed that last round. Now remember, the first mag, or the first rounds that we shot through the 15 round mag, it locked back, the slide locked back, and the round was still in there. So then I said, okay, well, let's just shoot it, put it in the gun like so, and try to chamber it, and it's still doing the same thing. So I wonder if it has anything to do with maybe the follower. Let's see. Maybe. Okay, so let me show y'all something real quick. It could be nothing, but I'm just gonna show y'all. So this one is the 13 round mag, this one is the 15 round mag. So if you look at the followers, notice how the 13 one sits a little higher than the 15 one. Now, it could be because the 15 round one is larger. I'm not sure. So y'all get down in the comment section and let me know why my 15 round mag is not cycling the last round. So far, that's the only issue we're having right now. So let's load up and let's take some double shots, some double taps. Let's see how it shoots with double taps. Now that time when I shot, I like the way it shot. As you can tell on that last, on the 15 round mag, I sped up the shots a little bit and it felt really good. The trigger, the best way I can tell you about the trigger is just the crispiness of it. The trigger is very, very crispy. So that makes it good for the shoot. Again, it is heavy, but for a concealed carry option, it needs to be heavy. You don't want something super light for your concealed carry option, you know, because in the event you got to pull the trigger, you might pull it when you don't want to with a lighter trigger. So heavier trigger is better for concealed carry. All right, let me show y'all the target before we start double tapping. All right, so that's what we're looking like with the second round of shots. So again, on that first target right there, still shooting a little bit left. On the right one, probably still shooting left as well. I did try to bring it more center, but the groups are there. So we'll fix the shooting left, but the groups are there. All right, let's go back to, actually, let's change out targets so we can see what the double taps are looking like. Clean targets up front, fresh magazines. Okay, I'm having a little bit of an issue. Okay, let's try the 15 round mag. because I was having a little bit of an issue getting that follow-up shot. It felt like there was a malfunction. So every time I would try to hit the second shot, it felt like the trigger was at the rear. So, and it wasn't. It was just harder to do a follow-up shot. And I mean, knowing for what the gun is for, you may not can do follow-up shot, especially with a trigger like this. Y'all saw me flinch? Okay, let's see. Ooh, what has happened? Okay. Okay, so I don't know if y'all saw that, but it's like the take up wasn't here when I was trying to pull the trigger a minute ago. It's like that take up right there wasn't here when I tried to pull the trigger. All right, let's see. Okay, 15 round mag. That was a little bit more stiffer to get the round in. All right, let's see. All right, I'm gonna say it's the magazine. For the third time now, or more than that, the last round in the 15 round mag will not feed. So I'm gonna allude it to it being the magazine, because it will do it with the 13 rounder. And I showed y'all that earlier. I'll show you again. So then why won't it do it with the 15 round? Let's give 15 round one more chance. Nah, it won't even cycle. Not cycle, but it won't even feed it. Yeah, I think it has something to do with the follower. I'll reach out to Kimber and see, you know, what they think, or if this might be a common issue. Y'all let me know if you have a CDS9. Let me know. I have about 16 more rounds. Let me show y'all what this target look like. It looks a mess, but it's all right. Okay, that's what it's looking like with double taps and all. For the majority of the shots, they're in the bullseye. They're in the target. But you do have some flyers, or I do have some flyers, not y'all, and it's okay. All right, let's go with our last 16 rounds. This will be 100 rounds through the KIMBER CDS9. And what do I think so far as I load up these last 16 rounds? Well, first off, it feels good in the hand. As a concealed carry option, I'll speak to the men on this one. It could be something you might want to consider. For the ladies, I do get this a lot from ladies that say, oh, Summer, what small gun should I get? And I go, you may not want a small gun, because small guns shoot snappy. They have a lot of recoil. And this one I don't think would be ideal for a lady or an elderly person. I don't think this is a good option, because it's a little bit snappy. And if you don't have control over it, it could get away from you. So I don't recommend this for the ladies, especially beginning ladies. That's what I'll say. Anybody getting into guns, thinking about getting this as your first gun, no, don't get it as your first gun. You need to level up to this. Is it a bad gun? No. Is it shootable? Yes. Does it have its purpose? Yes. Does it have its audience? Yes. And the audience that I think this is for is more like seasoned firearms folks, men who feel like they want to carry a more concealable firearm that's hammer fire. That's for you. I wouldn't carry it as an EDC or concealed carry gun, simply because it's a little. I cycled around and it didn't go into battery. All right, so let's do this again. Before we do it again, as I was saying, I wouldn't carry it because I want an optic on mine. I understand that there's optics ready one. The trigger is a little bit heavy, but I think it's very crispy. I think, let's see, with a 13 round mag, I think it would be easier for me to carry if I was to conceal carry or appendix carry this. So I wouldn't worry about the concealability all that much. But right out the gate as a concealed carry, I don't think it would be for me, but I do think it's a good option for somebody. Whether that somebody is a man, a female, young, old, it doesn't matter. I think it does have its place and its purpose, but just speaking from experience shooting it today, I don't think I would conceal carry it. I still conceal carry my Glock 43X. So let's try this again. Okay, I just need to let that thing boomerang back into battery. All right, these are 12 shots because I dropped one on the floor. So last shot's right here. Y'all wanna know something? I didn't even look at the iron sights on this one. And you don't. At 7 yards, you shouldn't have to look at the iron sights. I've got 3 more shots, and then I'm gonna show y'all what that target looked like without me shooting with irons. And we're just going with the 13 round mag. Okay, last one here, last 3. Yep, it's a good shooter. It's a great shooting gun. I would probably carry this in like, I ain't gonna say that. Y'all gonna eat me up if I would've said that. Okay, I would carry this, like if I'm going to the mailbox. Like this would be something I would carry to the mailbox with me. Short, compact, shoots great. I can shoot it great. No issues with anything. No issues whatsoever. There were no malfunctions other than the failure to feed on a 13 round mag, I believe it was. And then the issues that we were having that I think are mag related with the 15 round magazine. Other than that, I think the gun is a great option. It's small, compact, and it's fun. If your gun ain't fun, why is it in your collection? Some guns just gotta be fun. I understand all of them aren't fun, but this one right here, this one's a fun one. Trigger, great. Safety, maneuvering, great. Iron sights on here, perfect. I was putting this in my bag in the dark, and I saw how good and bright the iron sights were glowing in the dark. Very nice touch on that. And the slide is very smooth. Smooth, silky slide, feels great. Other than this thing right here, I think the gun is an absolute must. I think it looks great. I think it shoots great. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this new, it's not new, but it's new to me, KIMBER CDS9. What y'all think? Terrible choice, or it has its place and its purpose? Y'all let me know down in the comment section. And let me show y'all this target. All right, right there on the right side is where I was shooting, and I was not using irons. I was just point shooting, and I think that's pretty good. Y'all let me know. All right, y'all let me know down in the comment section how y'all feel about the KIMBER CDS9. Is it worth it? Is it a good shooting gun? Is it something that you would purchase? Y'all just let me know. All right, y'all, I'll catch y'all on the next one. Until next time, stay armed, stay safe, and stay vigilant. Peace.